guys. Hey, Justin.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Hey, MTA peeps. Thanks for coming.
We're back.
We're back.
Are you feeling red or green today?
Red.
Red.
I'm on a losing streak.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, feeling red.
Yeah.
I feel red.
Yeah, it's hump day.
Yeah.
Got over the hump, still red.
Yeah. We got 2 more days to right the ship or at least feel better about ourselves, right?
Yeah, I'd like to make back some of the money I lost. Oh, did you stay in Mosey?
No. That was a day trade.
Good for you.
You still in that?
Yeah, I rode it all the way down to 6, got out, bought back in, like the degenerate I am.
Are you holding a bag, as they say? Fair enough.
A little bag. I did have a really big bag that I cut yesterday.
On what?
On Mosey.
Oh,
yeah.
You've maintained some.
I sold it and then bought back in, and now I have a little bag.
Addicted to pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I lost so much on my Mosey trade. Hi, Kenny. I lost so much on my Mosey trade that I gave back a lot of my CCL wins.
Fair.
So, thanks, Callum, my friend. I had to stop filling in some of the 1% challenge because I just was so upset.
That's not, I mean, you should have a little integrity. I mean, at least share. There's other people out there who probably are doing the same thing.
Sure.
You could be their ringleader.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. The queen of the losers.
I think we're going to talk a lot about losers today. I have some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of losers, do you see that news about the Tiger King?
I don't know that you can lead in by calling him a loser.
That transition. He is kind of a loser. Did you watch the show?
I did watch the show. He's an interesting guy. Can you tell me about this NFT business? So
he's selling NFTs and some physical items from prison.
Really?
Uh-huh. There he is. You see that pistol he has in his hand?
Yeah, is he selling that necklace? Because I may be interested.
He's definitely selling that pistol as an actual item and an NFT. There it is. That's the NFT.
That's the one for sale?
Yeah. Same
concept as the Nike shoes. It's like if you buy a pair of shoes, then you get the digital version of that or the non-fungible token. So he just did that with his guns. Yeah.
All right. Now I've pulled up a little statement from Joe that I wanted to read to you.
Yeah.
This is his quote. I'm really grateful to the Moore team for giving me a platform to give back to my loyal fan base.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to have a voice be a blockchain technology, and I'm honored to be the first to kick off Moore's celebrity NFTs. Do you think Joe Exotic knows what blockchain is?
No chance.
No.
Second question for you, is it not a huge miss to not sell NFTs with the images of his tigers? Why his guns?
Well, that was just the only example I could find. There'll be tiger ones, I'm certain.
There has to be.
Has to be. Now, is it legal to make money while in prison?
Yeah.
Like, if you're serving time, can you just day trade or like start a side hustle?
Access to a computer. People write books, make movies, scripts. They do interviews for money, don't they? And then last but not least, I mean, they sell drugs.
In prison for money?
For sure. Absolutely.
I think we're getting down a bad path. Let's move on.
Okay. I have a question, though, on the NFT side. How do we make money off of this? And I'm not opposed to buying Joe Exotic's NFTs if they're going to be worth something.
Wait, how do we make money?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
You know, I'm an artist. as for a living, and I don't even understand an NFT. So if I can't make money from it, from something I can actually make, then can't
But you
profit
could make
off
money off of someone else's NFTs. No?
by trading them.
Yeah, it's like buying art. You would be now the dealer.
Okay, well, I barely understand how to trade, so I don't think I can do NFTs.
Fair point. I am wondering if it is going to be worthwhile to be in the NFT game, like buying the NFTs and then selling them, trading them, or if you just invest in the NFT exchanges who host, I guess, specific NFT marketplaces, if that's a better idea.
The only money I made off NFTs or when we had NFT week like 2 months ago. It was my favorite week of 2020.
So you got into some of those?
Yeah, of course. They were very tradable at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aren't anymore, or they're just not hot in the streets?
There's not hot in the streets right now. They're laying low. But maybe Joe Exotic's going to kick off another round.
The catalyst for a reinvigorated NFT movement is Joe Exotic. Golly. So you can buy Ethereum. So I can just buy that currency and then start messing around. But you can't invest in the actual NFT exchange with Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, can you? You have to just use crypto to then purchase the NFTs on the blockchain. That's about, we are going to do a full episode on how to understand any of that.
We'll have to bring on an expert.
Yeah.
Not us. Not us.
Self-proclaimed expert.
Yeah. All right. So next up, I have an interrogation for you that I wanted to do live on air in front of an audience. Oh, wait. There's one other piece of information about Joe Exotic. He's serving a 22-year sentence in Fort Worth. And part of it is because he participated in a possible murder plot. And the other part was federal wildlife violations.
You know, I don't want to go into the show too much, but I will say it does seem somewhat unfortunate, perhaps misjustice, that he is in jail and the other lady who...
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, that buried her husband is just hanging out with tigers.
Hanging out with tigers, literally.
Yeah. I will say Joe Exotic may make out with more money when it's all said and done, though. It just may take 20 years.
Well, he has less expenses. No tigers.
No overhead selling NFTs.
I really like that joke that I made.
You want to hit us with it again?
No.
Okay.
Everyone got it the first time. All right. All right. Here is the quiz that I have for you. It's really a list called the top 10 ways to lose money in the stock market. I came up with it myself. I made it earlier today. Now, as we go through, I need you to tell me yes or no if you've done these things.
Okay. Is this going to be embarrassing, and do I have to be honest?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
My dog is right here. I think he really wants to be on the show. Can you sit down or something? All right.
I'm ready.
All right. Number 1. I'm going to go 1 to 10. I know you like to go the opposite way. Number 1, shorting a multi-day runner on the first day.
Well, I wouldn't know it's a multi-day runner on the first day, but with hindsight, I have absolutely done that. I have taken a short position, and I have seen the stock just continue to increase. I'm assuming there's going to be another question about maybe getting back in, assuming it will continue to drop. So we can skip ahead to that one if it is on there, because I've done that too.
Guys in the chat have done it. I'd love to know. True confession time.
When you look back and you've shorted a multi-day runner.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people though that absolutely refuse to short stocks. Like they could take a short position, by selling calls or by buying puts, but they may not short the actual stock because, well, you could have a lot of reasons for it, but I certainly have, and it doesn't go well.
I like that, Callum.
See, there's a lot of people who just refuse to have that negativity around them.
He's 100% long. Love it. Love it. When I first started out my strategy was to short penny stocks.
Yes.
And two things happened. First of all, I shorted Kodak at 6 right before Trump got on to say that they'd cured COVID. Went to like 35. Luckily, it was a paper trading account, but I learned a lesson there. I lost like $35,000 very quickly. And then
holy guacamole.
Second one was I started my TD Ameritrade and I opened the account and I was trying to figure out what like hard to borrow, easy to borrow meant. And I like texted the little guy on the app and I'm like, what does HTB, ETB mean? And he was like, well, you can't short a HTB stock unless you have $100,000 in your account. Would you like to make a deposit? Like, no, but thank you.
That's not the worst sales pitch I've ever heard.
Sure. Just like, let me reach in my back pocket for $100,000.
I'm curious as to whether or not that was legal and accurate. I don't know what the law is there, $100,000, but I have been certainly on the wrong side. Those are the times when you definitely have set stop losses, no doubt.
Sure. I didn't know how to set a stop loss in that paper trading account. I just kept, and I was just like, it's got to come down.
No. And you will go to zero.
Yeah. Well, you'll go
further.
Get one of those margin calls. Am I right?
For $35,000.
I can't imagine it had been my real money.
I have a feeling if there's 10 of these, I'm about to give 10 yeses.
All right, let's keep going. You ready for number 2?
Unfortunately.
Taking a very large position in a stock 5 minutes after your favorite person on Twitter mentions it.
So 2 things. I am not on Twitter. I need to be. So there's a confession in itself. I need to be. And I would have to have taken the very large position based on something somebody said somewhere, whether it was a friend of mine, whether it was on TV, or it was a runner. And my answer to that question would be absolutely.
Is that how we got in Nokia?
That's exactly how we got in Nokia.
Yeah.
You always have a plan until the stock halts.
Sure. Has anyone in the chat ever done that? Number 2? Take a large position. It's on the screen.
There's no way they haven't. Also,
I do that every day. So
this is FinTwit. People like to trade with their friends. Of course they're going to take it.
Well, what episode of the podcast was that when I was like, I just want to make money with my friends?
Every episode.
Let's put that on the t-shirt. Oh, I thought of a great logo for the Penny Lane Pod today.
Oh.
The Penny Lane Pod, where we either make money or we're learning.
That is glass half full. I like that. I think people can get behind that.
Yeah.
Callum down here says he's never taken a stock because someone else told him to.
Oh, no. There's no way. Everybody's done that. That should be 100%er.
High horse. He's on a high horse.
Callum.
I'm just kidding.
Good for you. All right. Number 3.
Ready?
Buying resistance.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you something. I've been trading Wish all day today, and in and out, and I took it today at the 11 break, like at the very end of the day, thinking like we've been waiting all day for this 11 break. I thought it was going to be a big move over 11.
Okay.
But isn't that buying resistance? Like it broke the resistance, but sometimes I think that that's kind of a gray area. My dog.
Yeah. It ended the day at 11.
Sitting in my lap.
09. It ended the day at 11:09, 11:08.
Perfect. On that trade, I'm probably up about $3.
Okay. Well, that'll buy dinner. So, yeah, I mean, depends if you are, depends on, I guess, the style that you trade. But if you buy at resistance, if it holds resistance, I mean, and then people look for new high of the day runners. I mean, and if you say it like that, you don't sound that stupid.
Right.
perhaps when I have bought resistance, it was really hoping for a run. I have a feeling people love dogs, so not to worry.
This is very entertaining for you guys.
Yeah.
He wants to be famous.
I may sneeze through the computer.
All right, next. I don't think you've done this. Playing with money you can't afford to lose is a sure way to lose money in the stock market. For those of you that are just joining us, we're doing a top 10 ways to lose money in the stock market.
And I'm having a confessional with Father Blayne. Unfortunately, it's face-to-face instead of through one of those screens, whether I've done these things. I don't know that I think that this is a fair statement in general. Like, can you really afford to lose any money? I mean, I guess the answer is yes. Like, I'm not playing with money that if I lost, then I have to go outside and then, start with a couple pebbles, trade those for paper clips, then trade those for a sandwich, then trade that all the way back until I can get to a PDT status. So I don't know that that's a fair statement. However, I've certainly bought into trades with entire accounts before.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you lose all of that, I think that's probably problematic.
Sure. Yeah.
But as we've learned on the pod, people do that all the time. They love to throw full accounts at things.
True. Brad Mullins, for example.
Yes.
Everyone's idol.
See?
Just throws a full account into play.
His full account may or may not be very, very different than most people's full accounts. No? Maybe. All right, you ready? I'm ready.
All right. Buying the news when everyone else was playing the run-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about waiting on a merger or an acquisition to be announced, or I did this with Slack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when you were in Slack.
Yeah, that was a little heavy.
Family biz.
Yeah. I did this with Slack. I think I've probably done it with penny stocks, which obviously you love. So, but those consequences are much smaller. But buying the news, I would like for somebody to tell me if buying the news has ever worked.
So
some people have done this with
I also had another theory about semiconductors. Callum, he's been on the semiconductors. I have a theory about this news. If it's a rumor that the news is going to be announced, then you can't buy the news. But if news comes out that no one's expecting, then it's a news play. I've been very confused on the buy the rumor, sell the news, but then stocks move on news. I mean, it's not that simple.
What is there was a self-driving car play that you were on waiting for the news to drop. Or was that a electric vehicle play?
I was trading Solo. Cal, what's up? I was trading Solo for a while. Have you seen the Solo car?
No, is it sweet?
Mitch, if you could Google Solo car and bring it up just for Callum, it would make me so happy.
Sounds like it might make him happy.
It's a 3-wheeled car. It's a tricycle car.
Oh, I see those all the time, but I don't know that they're called Solo.
On the road?
Yeah.
I've never seen one in my life.
Oh, these things zip around Charlotte all the time. They have no top on them. It's a very Myrtle Beach thing. I don't know that they're called Solo. Maybe that's maybe it's okay. That's not what I was expecting. The ones I'm talking about are like convertibles. I don't know what they're called. This is very different.
Yeah.
I'm going to offend some people. I don't want to out anybody here.
Sure.
But that feels like a very, very European thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It does.
I'll just leave it at that.
Down.
It's all in good fun.
I'm shorting Solo.
Hey, what's the MSRP on those things? Like 10 grand or 50?
I have no idea. I've traded this stock from 4 to 450 and then back down to 4 and then to 450 and then back down to 4. That's my whole strategy. It's a good one.
So
loves to go from 4 to 450.
I feel like.
What about the FUV one? There's another one. Have you checked out this one?
No, show me. Oh, that's probably what Justin's talking about.
No, but that is.
Wait, is that a wolf driving that car?
Could be.
Like Teen Wolf.
Gosh, it's like a two-seater stroller. I love Jay said, I'm going to short Solo tomorrow. I feel like he was all in, perhaps, on going long until he saw a photo of it.
You see this? The car.
Slingshot.
The slingshot.
Okay. All right. I'm assuming that's the one I'm thinking of. It's called Slingshot.
Open roof.
Yeah, and those must be gas powered, I guess. I don't know. Look, I'm not opposed to Solo.
Every time I'm in the stock, I get riding Solo stuck in my head for the whole day, and that's a real treat.
Who sings that?
I don't know. Your wife loves that song.
I feel like it's. I'm going to say this wrong. Chamillionaire.
No, someone in the chat. Can you look up who sings? Oh, is it Jason Derulo?
That sounds right.
It does.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Winner, fact checked.
Nice.
Perfect.
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Slingshot.
Okay.
I feel like Callum would. Yeah. So pick one, right? Pick the Slingshot. I think you can throw that out. Or pick the Solo.
I like the Slingshot better than the Solo.
So I just want to be clear. Has that company produced any cars yet?
I'm unsure. I'm not doing DD. I'm Solo, Justin. I'm not the Solo expert.
You are just technically trading
it.
Love that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
The question is, are you the Solo person in the stock?
Probably. It doesn't get a lot of volume, which I like. It's one of those hidden plays, you just throw a little money in there at 4, you come back.
Really?
That money's grown. Sell it at 450, you wait for it to come back down. It's just fish in a barrel.
Yeah. If anybody wants to buy it from you at 450.
Some people do.
Yeah. So, okay. We have to move on from Solo. I feel like.
I don't know how'd we get on it? I don't know. Here's number 6.
Yeah.
I think this is how I have lost money this week, unfortunately.
Okay.
I'm going to admit to it. Overconfidence / being on a winning streak.
Yeah.
I just was like, I'm so good. So good. I can't lose.
I feel like that.
You can lose.
100%.
What's that? The market humbles you. I'm past market tuition. I paid all of that.
Yeah.
Now it's just hurting me.
Humbling you.
Hurting. It's hurting my feelings.
What
really bothers me when people are like, oh, you can't be emotional when you trade. Mm-hmm. I find that hard.
It's an emotional, spiritual, knee-knocking experience.
Truly.
Yeah.
Truly. And I sometimes think that being emotional is my gift, being an emotional trader.
Yeah. I don't know that you could.
That's so mean.
I didn't like him anyway.
I have a real hang up about my voice.
No, I feel like no matter what people say, if they say they don't have emotion in trading, they have anxiety. There's no way. Definitely do. So to answer your question, yes, you've done it this week. March and April of last year, when everything just kept going up after, April and May. I think that happened to everybody. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. That's a stock market saying.
Yeah.
And you were shooting fish in a barrel last week, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please stop. Right. Please, in the chat, please stop talking about my voice. I have I got it. I got it. It's annoying. Do you want to go?
We're good. We're good.
The next thing.
Yeah, we're 6 for 6 on yeses. How far do you think we're going to go?
The whole way.
Yeah. No, but I mean in terms of yeses.
The whole way.
Yeah, probably. All right, hit me with it.
Oh, um, whew, um, buying rips, selling dips.
Buying rips, selling dips. So the way that you phrase that, I feel like that would be a positive. Correct?
Right. But you buy dips and sell rips unless you're shorting.
Well, selling into the dip or buying into the rip on the way up, true. I guess you would be technically correct. I was thinking about it a little more positively. So, yeah, that's just essentially I'm just buying high, selling low. Yeah, that's a pretty constant thing for me.
Yeah. I mean, on the Penny Lane Pod, we buy high, sell low.
Yeah.
It's our whole thing.
Fair enough.
Right.
That's what I do with the cannabis stocks, but I just buy them high and sell higher.
I see what you did there. You sell them higher too.
All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Panicking.
Is that every day?
Panic selling.
Panic selling or panic buying because of FOMO. Panic selling, yes, I've done it. I don't do it anymore. I feel like we've learned enough from people on the podcast.
Well, everyone who comes on the podcast is so zen.
Yeah,
They're
correct.
not panicked.
No,
they've got a plan. They're trading their plan.
You know the boxing saying, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth?
No, but I like it.
Yeah, that's a thing. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. There's got to be a similar saying for traders. You can have a plan and still panic when it starts backfiring pretty quick.
Yeah, totally.
I feel like people who trade momentum and high volume stocks probably panic when they see halts.
Sure.
You can halt down. Don't ever forget you can halt down.
Remember in the beginning of the podcast when we were like, when a stock halts, how do you know where it's going to remember we were trying to figure that out, and we're like, how do we know if it's going up or down in a halt? But now I think we know that it can halt up or down.
Yes. Yeah.
If it halts up, it's going up.
Yeah.
If you don't know when you get stuck in a halt, you can freak out.
Absolute panic. So I've panicked. So we're 8 for 8 on
cool.
on the yeses.
All right, number 9. Continuing to average down.
I mean, I did it today.
Is it an everyday occurrence?
You and me both.
Did you do that as well?
Yes. What's the saying? Don't average down. Don't be a frown. Just average down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't be a frown. Just average down.
Right,
there was also somebody else on the podcast who said if you have a big enough account, you can get out of any trade by averaging down. That's my new goal.
If you were scaling into the position,
I guess.
I mean, if you threw 100% of your account, yeah, no joke.
Hedge funds.
I mean, the name of the game for them is averaging down. No, they have an endless war chest of money. So, okay, I did that today. Yep.
Cool.
Did today.
All right. Number 10, Justin, I know you've done this. Holding through earnings.
100%.
Can't do it. You can't do it.
I feel like you used to be able to, and then this year stuff is so richly priced that unless you surprise on the earnings by so much, like people expect the surprise. If that makes sense.
You know what has earnings coming up? My baby, CCL. It's on the horizon. Now, what money could CCL possibly have made?
There's no revenue.
They're on land. There's boats on land.
They've probably had to
cruising.
And then they've issued refunds. Maybe they will disclose they've been in crypto. They've been using cash on hand. The
Elon Musk pump.
Correct. Or they're in NFTs. I don't know. But I would expect them to have very little revenue.
Yeah, unless they just start selling like, I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 yeses from me.
Perfect.
When you wrote these, how many yeses were you?
All of them. That's how I thought of the list. How do I lose money in the stock market?
Yeah.
Oh, also FOMO, which I can't believe I didn't put on the list.
Everyone's
FOMO is the ultimate way to lose money in the stock market.
Mitch, do you ever fall victim to FOMO still?
Why you think I bought Tesla today, baby?
That's not FOMO. I feel like people have been mass exiting.
Except if you watched it on the 1 minute candle today, I saw it go up. And it didn't go down in the Fed talk. And it's been holding that 600 multiple times. I'm ready. I've never been in it. I'm not missing out this time.
Tesla's so fun to trade. I traded Tesla back when I had my margin account. Just get in and out whenever I wanted.
Yeah, quick few bucks here and there. Blayne, what did you trade today? Anything?
Well, back in Mosey.
Okay.
I have to give a shout out to my friend Stomp because I promised I would. Hey, Stomp.
Lucky Stomp.
Yep. Wish. Been in Wish heavy for a while. Been swinging Wish. And then, I'm back in BBIG. I just can't quit it. I cannot quit the stock.
All right. Go back to Wish. Tell me about your relationship with this stock. I feel like it's very hot and cold. No? Yes.
Wish.
You love it. You hate it.
I like it. I think it moves well.
Okay.
Right? It's not super erratic. It's fairly slow moving. It's hey Royal, how are you? I got back in Mosey after I saw what it did at the Open, Callum. And maybe that was FOMO. Maybe I'm like, I've been holding this thing forever and now it's going to go. It didn't go. I'm
going to look at Mosey real quick.
Just back in it.
31.
I'm also back in CCL below 30. Always. Oh, I feel like it's always a buy below 30. So
you just feel like that's a good place for you to be in.
It makes me feel warm and fuzzy.
So since you had a shout out, I have one. We had a nice chat with James LaFaith on Twitter at James LaFaith.
Yes.
Excellent educator.
Yeah.
And
you had to talk with him on the podcast.
Correct.
Yeah, you said on Twitter. You're not on Twitter.
No, I'm saying he's on Twitter at James LaFaith. I did some research on that. Oh. So momentum, technical trader, and he had some great setups that he shared this morning.
Okay.
And most people did really, really, really well.
He told us that his calls were fire.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
You still have to click the button yourself. I'm living proof you can. I lost.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I did. It's again, you have to click the button yourself. I was playing a stock APRE.
Yeah, had a day.
Sure did.
Had a day.
And I took it in a couple of the wrong spots. And then honestly, if you look at the intraday chart, it had a specific pattern. It was very bearish. I mean, just a downward trend. I was anticipating it to continue to go up based on hope and a prayer. It didn't. So I got out. I lost a few bucks.
Sure.
There's also another stock out there that he had provided some setups for. ALF.
ALF had a day.
Massive day.
Yesterday. ALF was just raging in after hours yesterday.
Yeah. Look at that.
This is a multi-day runner. You don't short a multi-day runner.
Yes.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think for this one being hard to borrow, you would need to call your guy and put in $100,000. So.
Right.
Yeah. So I actually put a buy order in for this and it got smoked.
Where? Where'd you buy?
No. It didn't get filled.
Oh, okay. Were you trying to buy a rip, sell a dip?
I think I put an order in around 6:15.
Okay.
Which would have been probably that second candle of the day. Anyway.
Now I'm teaching you something in the chat.
Yeah. When something is creating a new high of the day towards the open, I avoid usually leads to a slow beat. Yeah. Oh, okay. Where I made slow bleed on the APRE. Yeah. So for ALF, real quick, there was plenty of time to get in it this morning. As Blayne, as you like to say, the trade develops. It did develop.
Then Look
at
those strong candles. It looks like there's a little gap up there. Whew, love a gap up.
It halted. I think a few times. Anyway, I didn't get filled, so I lost that one as well.
So this is the second time in maybe 6 weeks or so that ALF has run like this. Like, I think it's developing into one of those that sort of like an eyes, like it likes to run. Mm-hmm. Those are good stocks to play. Also the character. Like, you remember the ticker, right? Everyone knows who ALF is. You know who ALF is, right?
No. Who's ALF?
Is that because you were born so late?
Do I look like I was born that late? Who's ALF?
It's like a Muppet character. He had a whole show in the 80s. You weren't alive in the 80s, but
I don't see anybody in the chat commenting that they know ALF either.
Everybody knows who ALF is.
Kind of seems like it's just you.
Mitch?
Nobody.
Mitch?
See? Where
did Mitch go? All right.
I don't know ALF.
Everybody knows who ALF is. Oh, there he is.
ALF. Come on, you're friendly ALF.
You've never seen that guy?
No. Justin knows I've never seen this guy.
I know Mitch has never seen ALF. There's a few people who know ALF. Got it.
You did want to eat cats.
You know, Blayne, you love a nostalgia play.
Always.
Do you think this plays into ALF? Because this obviously makes you feel something.
I always thought ALF was kind of weird. I've never traded ALF.
Well, now you're offending half the audience.
So.
I think there's an ALF nose pattern here. Let's see if we can draw it out here.
Yeah.
That's the ALF nose.
Okay.
Look at that nose.
Yeah. Looks just like it.
That's
bullish to me. That's a bullish sign.
I mean, on the daily, it is. His nose is. I don't know if that's more of a bull or more of a bear or more of a pig.
Dawn's in the chat asking for the Mosey DD. I don't have it. I don't have it. She's like, convince me not to close my position. I can't say that. Like, I might close my position as soon as we get off this show.
Yeah. You mean from a technical standpoint?
They do something with semiconductors, and I think it runs with LEDs. That's my DD.
Got it. I know a lot about LEDs. So why are you going to close it versus why? Is it a technical thing, or is it strictly because you feel like you cannot continue to hold a stock that you don't know much about?
Oh, I can hold all kind of stocks I don't know anything about, but I could be wrong here. But the offering, Callum, help me. Somebody help me. The offering was at 7.1, I think.
A couple months ago?
No, like not that long ago. And then they closed the offering. So I thought that 715, thank you. I thought that 715 would then become a new support because of that price.
Okay.
So I had it at 720.
It's at 631.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And I sold it yesterday at about 610. Because I just I don't see it really.
And you got back in at where?
615, maybe.
I don't know that a company raising $13 million in a secondary offering is very good public optics, but whatever, to each their own.
Well, also, I like to be in with the crowd, right? And everyone in MTA was sort of like in the Mosey play. And I've traded Mosey a lot on the prior run-up. So I was like, I'll get it. I like to be with the peeps, I just bought too much and held it for too long.
Make money with your friends, as you like to say.
Like to make money with my friends. Like to be part of the crowd.
I mean, if you really, those analyst ratings are not right. So forget what I was about to say. I was just going to say, from a fundamental standpoint, there's some people out there who seem to be pretty happy with it, but those are not right. Those are outdated. So it was not on the Benzinga site. Obviously, their information would be right, Mitch? So I don't know anything about Mosey. Do you feel like?
What do you think, Mitch? You're drawing lines.
Oh, I just see those now.
$6 is your friend. At least you know your risk.
Yeah.
That's what I always want to know. I don't really care about sometimes even the reward. I just want to know my risk sometimes even.
Yeah.
If it's at 6:30, look for like a little red to green move. Get as close to 6 as you can be. Give it a ride. Why not? You never know. You really never know in this market.
And Mosey likes to run. We know that, similar to Alf. But I also really thought it was going to run yesterday because the offering closed.
So they also have a volume. They had a volume of 1.6 million today versus an average of 6.1. I guess there's been a few days that are just such high outliers driving that average up, but that's in comparison to the average, obviously, which is all we have. That's pretty low volume.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't done anything for Dawn at all.
No, but Callum's doing the Lord's work in the chat. Thank you.
Got it.
Yeah.
There are reasons to be in due to big players, short percentage. What are you going to do now?
I don't know.
I can't put you on the spot to talk about your next play.
With Mosey?
Yeah.
Well, I have a good average, as Mitch was saying, and
Yeah.
I have a really small position, so I think I'm going to hold it and watch.
Got it.
For a little bit.
Got it.
It's probably mine.
It's a hot space, semiconductors. So
I do have a new Callum's cutting at 6. Very nice. I do have a new stock that I'm really excited about that my other brother-in-law got me into called Coda, CODA.
Okay.
It's a really fun stock. They do the bottom of the ocean exploration and mapping.
I mean, that has to be worth absolutely no money. What's down there? Nothing.
The Titanic, obviously. Look, isn't that chart beautiful, though? Had a little pullback today. Great time to get in.
Oh, they're the equipment manufacturer. That makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of rich people out there that like these self-driving submarines. They attach them to their big boats. I take everything back I said. Now that I know that they're the manufacturer, they develop the technologies. Yeah, perfect. You know what they need to do?
Tell me.
PR stunt. Find that plane in the Indian Ocean.
Or capture the more alien sightings. Remember last week we were talking about the aliens in the submarines?
Everything at the bottom of the ocean is an alien.
That's just hot take.
Why are you on Coda from a investment standpoint, or you just like this? They have 8.6 million outstanding shares with a 10,000 average shares trading per day. I mean, I don't. What are you going to do here?
I'm going to hold it. This is a long term for me.
You like the company.
I like the company.
Okay.
It's like a CCL type thing. Like at the bottom of the ocean. That's cool. Apparently, I only like ocean stocks.
I'm not going to say this person's name right, but they mentioned rare earth minerals. If this company can find rare earth minerals in the bottom of the ocean, that's like the next like oil well, only they don't have to drill into that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this company.
I think there's a lot of growth potential. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to buy Nokia. We're going to the moon. I really like it. And I love that curl on the chart. I think the chart's pretty.
I saw a curl this afternoon on APRE, and then you know what it did?
Boom.
Yeah. Yep.
Knifed?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time. All right. Where do you want to go, Blayne?
Well, that's all the preparing I did. I think you had a couple notes.
We ran through them, and I didn't even tell you.
Okay.
I wanted to hear about your excursion with Wish. I wanted to hear about I wanted to tell you about how I lost money with some of your friends today.
James,
with
we were just talking about James.
Oh, James, man. I gave you a lot of kudos. The only negativity was in reference to myself. So you got nothing to worry about.
Calling out banging plays that Justin couldn't execute.
Yeah, banging plays. Caught him in the wrong time, caught him in the wrong place, or didn't catch them at all, but it wasn't for lack of trying. It is what it is.
You got to get on voice with James.
Why? So he can scream in my ear?
James, I sort of thought James was on our last Penny Lane pod. He has like such a good like morning radio voice, you know?
Does it change throughout the day? Does morning voice go from like a dry into more of like a smooth and buttery?
I don't know, Justin.
I'll ask him myself later.
Okay.
Yeah. James, you missed us going through Alf. We also discovered that Alf was a character from a show in the 80s. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And then the stock Alf, two separate things entirely. And then APRE, and we had a good conversation about them. We were in the trust tree. Full transparency about how those trades went for me today. Missed one, not for lack of trying, and then the other just a mistake, just technical mistakes. Yeah.
Sure.
I also mentioned your Twitter handle, so hope you don't mind.
Probably just got like 4 new followers.
Mm-hmm.
So you're welcome.
Yep. All right.
Got us off topic there.
I know. Mitch, did we mention any stocks that you enjoy, that you like? Do you want to open our eyes and our horizons?
Well, the question's out to the chat.
The question
to the moon. I have, for the first time ever, taken my shot in the Dogecoin.
No way.
In the
Look at those eyes. That says it all. The Dogecoin to the moon.
That's a big. I kind of look like that stupid dog. Blayne, I feel like that really hits home for you now.
Well, you know, I have a relationship
with Doge.
With the Doge, yeah. But you know, I'm out. But so why'd you get in, Mitch?
Good question. I got a perfect explanation.
Tell
How's
me.
this? All right. So pretty much what I think is that we broke out of a bullish trend here, right? On this May 19th. Then we started a little bear kind of trend here. The biggest thing is we've now made kind of 2 resistance touch. I think we can get back up there. And if we can get back up there, I don't think we even come back towards this line down here. So I started taking some shares down here at like 32s. Yeah. And I'm trying to add as I get closer towards 29 and then hold right to that 28. So the idea is to kind of build up a position closer towards 29 or 30. And then I'm only risking 2 cents on the position, take a shot for it to come back up toward that 40 cents. And if it can go up just to that 40 cents, it's already a good gainer there. But I'm not looking for it to go there. I'm actually looking to see if it could get a ride. Because, I mean, even a move back up to 74 cents, I mean, you're talking more than 100% move back up. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. And the biggest thing is that support right there. If that support doesn't hold, then I'll get out. I don't mind getting out. But, hey, there's nothing wrong with taking a shot.
Totally. And it's a fun thing to trade. I almost called it a stock. Not a stock.
Yeah. You don't think you need Elon to get back to 74?
Elon's going to continue to help. I think at the end of the day, I know he's back and forth, but eventually all it takes is this one tweet, right? That's all it took the first time.
Just that one tweet.
And he could just have, a good weekend. He can go on some podcasts, hit some cannabis, and feel dodgy all of a sudden. Next thing
he does. I also feel like perhaps it's if he sees some version of an NFT out there that he wants to buy, he can essentially buy it for free, manipulating the crypto. Not that like money for Tesla is important, right? And returning value to shareholders where he can make a lot more money. It's more personal where he wants any and all NFTs, perhaps from Joe Exotic.
I got to say, at the end of the day, who wants the gun?
See?
Who wants the
gun? It comes
gun?
with the serial number and everything.
I actually, Justin, there's one thing I wanted to tell you before we wrap up here. Guess what had a really good day today?
No, hit me with it.
Tilray.
Really? I mean, was the whole cannabis market up or no?
I was only looking at Tilray, and I think it broke out of a wedge. Maybe.
Do you think you're saying that right?
Okay. Anyway, I love when Tilray runs. I'm really looking forward to the whole weed sector running again. That's so fun. NFT sectors, weed sectors, cruise sectors. I'm into all that.
Do you think weed is part of the reopening play now? Could be. Music festivals are coming back. Cruises are coming back. What do people like to do on both of those things?
We got to load up on their weed for their cruise.
Just saying.
Yes.
Yep. I think you might be onto something.
It's how you get it on the boat that we got to make another show about, but
this may be the wrong network.
No, this is a family show.
You know who knows something about that though, Mitch? Joe Exotic. He's in jail.
Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
Justin, way to bring it back.
I think we may have to call it there. That
was perfect. It was perfect.
Mitch,
like
thanks,
always,
man.
Guys, definitely check out the Penny Lade podcast. The description's right in the description. You can hit the link. It'll take you right to it. Definitely check it out, guys. You can also find their Twitter in the description. Hit them up. They love to talk all week long about stocks, not just today. And today we did a special live, so definitely smash the like for them. And we'll go ahead and wrap up. You guys got anything else?
Justin's not on Twitter, but I am, and I'm funny.
Boom.
Yeah, Justin's working on that on a trading game. We'll keep him off the Twitter right now.
Hey, MTA peeps, thank you.
Look at our mascot back there.
Look at him.
Probably about to attack somebody.
Look
at him climbing. He's going to the moon. I
really appreciate everyone in the chat supporting us. I really do. All my friends.
If you guys liked everything Mitch had to say about Doge, I believe Mitch is up next.
You got it, guys. I'll be right up next. Wrapping up.
All right.